Love fast food? If so, make sure your passport is updated because you'll be ready to book a plane ticket when you're through with this list. The Whopper is Burger King's signature burger and one of the standard items at American and international outlets. In the US, you will sometimes see the classic version, which combines a grilled beef patty, lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, onions, mayonnaise, and ketchup, tweaked and released as a limited or seasonal offer. But at Burger King's international locations, you can find several Whopper variations that are a part of the standard menu. One of those is the Bulgogi Whopper, a combination of a classic Whopper and a sweet bulgogi sauce that can be found at South Korean Burger King. Bulgogi is a classic South Korean barbecue marinade typically used for beef or pork. It is based on soy sauce and usually includes some sweet add-ins that deliver thicker texture and complex flavors. Burger King's Bulgogi Whopper is the classic combo of beef and the usual Whopper condiments, but with an added layer of sweet bulgogi sauce that coats the patty.
Damn, this bulgogi's tight.
If you typically associate porridge with a nourishing bowl of cooked oats topped with a drizzle of honey and some fruit, you might be surprised that the dish is not synonymous with oats, and that your favorite breakfast can also be made with a savory twist. Oats may be the most common choice for a classic porridge, but other grains, such as barley and buckwheat, can be cooked down until they attain that soft and mushy porridge-like consistency. Asian tradition, however, relies on rice as the region's most bountiful grain. You will typically find Asian-style rice porridge served as a savory breakfast, often labeled as congee. To better suit the local tastes, KFC decided to add this dish to its breakfast menu. You will find the item at several Asian outlets, such as KFC Malaysia and Singapore, where savory porridge is a traditional breakfast staple. KFC describes it as a combination of jasmine rice coupled with the chain's signature fillets and garnished with fried shallots and sliced spring onions. Though it sounds like a nourishing and filling breakfast dish, we doubt that we'll ever see this hearty rice porridge on US menus, as it doesn't fit into the traditional idea of American breakfast. Indian cuisine is packed with vegetable-forward specialties and dishes where veggies take center stage. Some of the most notable examples include the lentil-based dal or chana masala, which perfectly blends tomatoes and chickpeas into a spicy curry-like dish. Spices are also paramount in Indian cuisine. You will find a wide selection of spices and blends to amp up the flavor of most dishes. In a country that heavily relies on vegetables, it's reasonable that international fast food chains would adapt to these regional traditions. Subway features several sandwiches directly inspired by Indian dishes. One of the best representatives is the Aloo patty sub, which comes packed with spiced potato patties and your choice of veggies. Besides the sandwich version, Subway offers the same ingredients neatly packed inside a tortilla wrap. If you've never tried taquitos at your local Mexican joint, these crisp treats are best described as filled and rolled tortilla shells that are deep fried until golden. The result is a thin, convenient snack perfect for dipping in sauces. Though taquitos usually come filled with savory ingredients like beef, cheese, or chicken, Taco Bell decided to turn them into a fantastic dessert for its Spanish locations. The Taquito Lupita is a quirky yet wonderful Taco Bell creation that combines vanilla ice cream, dulce de leche sauce, and a sprinkle of cinnamon sugar with a hefty, deep-fried taquito stick. The taquito works as a spoon so you can easily scoop that creamy mix of vanilla ice cream and caramel. Apart from Spain, this specialty is also available in Portugal, though we wouldn't mind seeing it at Taco Bell locations in the States as well.
Think outside the bun.
We've already seen Bulgogi marinade featured on the list, but this time it comes from another franchise in a slightly different format. And unsurprisingly, it's also available in South Korean outlets. Pizza Hut's Bulgogi pizza stands out as its most distinctive South Korean-inspired item, topped with slivers of Bulgogi-style beef, sliced mushrooms, and red and green peppers. The chain offers two variations, the basic grilled bulgogi and the amped-up barbecue bulgogi, which combines bulgogi beef with sausages and comes drizzled with a sweet honey mustard sauce. Of course, you can upgrade both pizzas by stuffing the crust with cheese or garnishing them with additional toppings, though the suggested combination sounds good as is. You might have heard about peri sauce, but have you ever investigated the amazing history of this fiery condiment? SBS explains that peri resulted from a rather complex Portuguese-African history. Although there's no consensus on who whipped up the first peri, it seems the sauce was created when the Portuguese came across bird's-eye chili peppers on African soil. Peri Peri unquestionably has African origins, and though it attained international fame with Nando's, the sauce is commonly used in several African regions. Chef Duncan Welcomeit explained to SBS that it's a star ingredient in South African cuisine, and as such, it was embraced by local fast food restaurants. One of the best examples of how to properly implement Peri Peri comes from Subway. Peri Peri chicken appears on Subway's South African menu, and as described, consists of shredded chicken breast coated in Peri Peri sauce. The chicken is served inside a bread roll and garnished with some fresh veggies. You can also order this item as a salad. Interestingly, a similar offering is available in India and Pakistan, but judging by the appearance, the South African version comes with thinner shredded chicken pieces. Egg tarts are mini-sized, open-faced pastries with crispy shells that hold a generous amount of egg custard filling. If the description reminds you of Portuguese pastéis de nata, you wouldn't be wrong. This Asian version is a direct descendant of the Portuguese original, but with some Cantonese and British influence. As Taipei Times explains, the tart was created in Macau, which was once a Portuguese colony. Though it resembles its Portuguese predecessor, the filling is slightly denser, and it mimics traditional British custards. One of the most famous egg tart renditions is sold by Margaret Wong, the legendary bakery owner who eventually sold her recipe to KFC. The franchise added egg tarts to its regional menu soon after. These custardy treats are still featured in several Asian outlets, including locations in China and Singapore, so it seems they were a welcome addition. We can only hope we'll see its influence spread outside of Asia. Nasi lemak is often labeled as the Malaysian national dish, though it's better described as a multi-dish meal. Each portion of nasi lemak will incorporate the most important regional ingredient, a heap of rice flavored with coconut and pandan. A boiled egg is standard, along with cucumbers, fried anchovies, and nuts. Sambal, the fiery red chili paste generously used in the region, is an essential part of the dish, and you will often see nasi lemak served with some type of protein. Though there are seemingly endless varieties, Burrow247 tells us most locals agree this is a proper breakfast dish. Nasi lemak is available everywhere in Malaysia, so KFC decided to join the local tradition. The fast food magnate features the dish as a standard item on its breakfast menu. You can have the no chicken option or order your nasi lemak with a side of KFC's signature fried chicken, either a filet or a drumstick.
This finger looking good.
Burger King locations in Singapore have a fair share of unique dishes that the company never released in the US. One dessert that's quite different from anything you'll find on the company's American menu is the Taro turnover, a deep-fried hand pie brimming with bright purple taro filling. If you're unfamiliar with taro, it's best described as a bulb-like root indigenous to Southeast Asia. Typically used in desserts, the earthy flavor is faintly reminiscent of what you would find in sweet potatoes. While taro always has some purple hue, it can vary in intensity. Burger King is not the franchise we typically associate with deep-fried hand pies, but it seems that international outlets are lucky enough to have several of them on their menus. While Singapore currently has the taro version, Malaysian stores carry an apple pie variant. You may not find hand pies at Burger King's locations in the States, but perhaps the franchise will reintroduce the legendary apple pie that was discontinued in 2020. Poutine can easily be classified as a Canadian national dish. It's a combination made with French fries topped with cheese curds and doused in gravy. It's also one of the Burger King items you can't get in the US, as it's only available on the Canadian menu. Along with the classic option, you can order poutine with bacon or a spicy variant labeled Angry Poutine. According to QSR Web, the upgraded versions were added because the classic proved to be incredibly popular, with over 78.6 million orders of poutine purchased per year. The Angry version is amped up with sliced jalapenos, fried onions, and a drizzle of the signature Angry sauce, while the bacon version comes garnished with a generous amount of, you guessed it, fried bacon. It's too bad this dish hasn't been copied in America, as it would have been a welcomed upgrade from the standard fries and ketchup combo that is usually ordered with a BK burger.
They're going over the border to Canada for some French fries and gravy, sir.
Poutine.
Suya is a Nigerian national specialty. Though there are slight regional differences, typical suya will incorporate thin slices of spice-rubbed beef that are skewered and then grilled over charcoal. The spice blend often includes hot peppers, so it typically has a nice spicy kick. Because it's such an essential part of the Nigerian culinary tradition, suya was adopted by regional fast food outlets, though it was perhaps best used by Pizza Hut. The chain offers a chicken-based suya option with barbecue sauce, onions, and green peppers, while the meat-packed triple suya brings beef, pepperoni, and slices of cured and smoked mutton to the mix. Pizza Hut's Nigerian locations have a nice selection of internationally and regionally inspired specials, like a tikka-inspired variant as well as a spicy peri-peri version.